Test, test, test.
Listen. There we go. Yeah, no, we.
I guess we're ready to go. One of my phones is on vibrate temporarily because I may be getting a text or call that I have to grab. Otherwise, don't forget to silence your gadgets. Any papers go to Mr. Curran. We will begin with the invocation by Commissioner Curran, pledged by Commissioner Freeling. If you wish to join, please rise.
Thank you, Matt. Almighty God, you are our creator and our sustainer. You are our light and our fortress. You are our wisdom and our strength. We ask for your guiding hand to lead us through this meeting. May we approach our tasks with wisdom, and may we approach our members with respect. May our conduct create an environment of cooperation and kindness. Thank you for helping us to accomplish our work this day. We ask these things in your powerful name. Amen.
Amen.
Please join with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Bell,
Here.
Curran,
Here.
Freeling,
Present.
Harrison,
Here.
Hinkleman,
Here.
Majerick,
Here.
Cox,
Here.
Pitchford,
Here.
Ballraff,
Here.
Werfel,
Here.
Yarborough.
She's here.
Yarborough,
Mamie, say here.
I'm sorry.
Elliott.
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have 12 present.
Thank you. Let's see here. Minutes from a week ago. Don't be shy.
Second.
Moved by Bell, supported by Jarek. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, I understand we now have 3 or 4 communications.
Yes, you received 4. A resolution from Mackinac County Board of Commissioners in opposition to legislative proposals on establishing a statewide septic code received on June 20th. A resolution from St. Joe County Board of Commissioners in opposition to Michigan Senate Bills 76-86 or any similar bill in which the state restricts the individual rights of a citizen as protected by the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, received on June 21st. You received 2 resolutions from the Delta County Board of Commissioners, the first opposing proposed changes to the statewide septic code, and the last one reaffirming Delta County to be a Second Amendment sanctuary county. That's all.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to public comments regarding resolutions. Only resolutions at this point. General public comments come later. So if you have anything you'd like to share with us about resolutions that are on the agenda, let me see if we have any added. We don't have any added resolutions, so it would be whatever you see on the front page of the agenda. If you have any comments, now is your time. Okay, hearing none, we'll go to the consent calendar. No one's asked to pull anything. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar as submitted?
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Pitchford, is there support?
I'll support.
Supported by Harrison. Discussion. All right, hearing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Curran,
Yes.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Hinkleman,
Yes.
Majerick,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
Pitchford.
Yes.
Ballraff,
Yes.
Werfel.
Yes.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Bell,
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes,
Mr. Chair, you have 12 yeas.
thank you. We'll go to committee reports. Mr. Chair of Admin.
Thank you, Matt. First in to see us this morning was Judge Mayfield and Carrie Smetanka Haney. She talked about, and I'm gonna hand this around so everybody has an opportunity to look at it. Talked about the Problem Solving Courts Annual Report, which is that. It is available online. She also talked about the interactive dashboard for Berrien County Courts, which will give you caseloads, incoming, outgoing, pending, all the necessary things that go along with that. And so if you go to mi.gov, you can find this information. She also talked about automated clean slate. This is a law that went into effect April the 11th. And essentially, it sounded to me like it was a lot of misdemeanor charges that were just being eliminated from people's criminal histories. It's basically put together by the Michigan State Police. They use the criteria that's in the law, and then they send the information down to Berrien County Court and says, these are the people who apply or who are governed by the clean slate agreement. So she said they got 39,000 of them. And she said that they are getting more on a daily basis. As the state police goes through the database in Lansing, then they are pushing that information out to the courts as to who gets a clean slate. I kind of use the analogy, it's like when you get your records expunged on steroids. It's, everything is going. The intent of the law, I think, was to help people who have arrests on their record that were having trouble finding employment. This will help them get employment because it won't show up on their criminal history record. She talked about events of today. We all have the flyer from the reunification, which is today. And then there's also a youth justice forum, which is being conducted right now as we are. So you're probably not going to make that. I think the judge was going to go down there. That's going on today. She talked about the Juneteenth Remembrance Day. She said it was a very positive experience. She thought it went very, very well for her and her staff. She talked to us a little bit about resolution ending in 7234. This is PHS. It's for a complement change, adding a law clerk. And so they explained that. The judge explained that, Carrie explained that. And so we kind of gave it our blessing. So PHS, you'll be seeing that resolution. And that is all from the court. Next, we had our animal control director, Ashley Kerr, in to see us. And she talked to us about a resolution. She is applying or wants to apply for a $10,000 grant from the mission of 270 Incorporated. There is no match. And what she will do with this money is to enhance the, what do they call it, where they walk the dogs outside, and adding some kennels outside that have coverage over the top, so that some of the animals that right now are not being able to get outside can get outside and get some exercise and some fresh air. So we okayed that, so that will be coming to us the next time we get together. And that is our report.
Questions for admin? Ma'am.
As it relates to the complement change for the courts, I know that will go to personnel. Do you know if they are changing a title, or are they adding a position? And have they also talked to financial services to make sure there's a budget for that
It
complement
is an
change?
added position. They're gonna have now 3 law clerks instead of 2. And Brian said, yes, it's in the budget, or they will cover it. It's in next year's budget. It's for next
Within
year.
their own budget?
Yeah,
Okay,
not this year.
thank you.
Sir.
the expungement or the wiping away of the misdemeanors, is that automatic, or is there someone that has to manually go through at the court and do those?
No, it's automatic. The Michigan State Police looks at the criteria, goes through the database, sees who is eligible for that clean slate. And then they push the information down to the various courts throughout the state, Berrien being one of them, that says, these are the people who are eligible for the clean slate. They don't have to do a thing. But the Berrien County personnel have to make the expungement happen.
Yes. That's
So
what-
it is
yeah.
a lot of work on our end. Yeah,
That's a lot.
but yeah, that's manual, but as far as the decision, that's automatic.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, Madam Chair of Finance.
Thank you very much. And the right
There you
thing,
go, you
oh,
got
good.
You're good.
We met this morning and we started out with deeper explanation and was able to ask questions of our finance director, Doug James, and Ben Reynolds. They explained a lot of things to us. And in talking, our administrator Dissette and our chairperson, our chairman Elliott, joined in. And what it came to is that there has already been a time when Berrien County met with the supervisors of the townships to explain things to them well, and they're going to meet some more. And what they want to do is work where all 12 of us board members can be in that meeting and can hear what the supervisor asking, what the concerns are, and ask ours also. That way, should you be approached by your different, communities, you'll have better intelligence. You probably will still not know all the things, but at least who to put them in touch with so that this can work as well as possible. So it was a very good time that we spent. And then Annette came in and there was going to be a bid opening for spray foam of the roof at the courthouse. And that needs to happen before they can do all those other things that we're engaging in. And because we're not meeting on the next Thursday, we'd like to have this done before. And so Jake Lideker will put the bid out like we always do and have the results, and the results will be sent to the finance committee. And we've made a motion that we have a standard about if it comes in, it's the lowest bid and meets all the qualifications, then it can happen. Otherwise, they'll have to get back in touch with us. But we don't want to do anything that'll hold up all the other things that are supposed to start happening while this weather is good and able to do it. Let me see, bid approval. It's through the IS department, and we decided that it had been sent out to 14 companies, and we received 11 responses. And they are from $13,000 to $251,000. So you wonder what they're going to do for those amounts. But they will be looked at, and I'm sure a lot of study, and we may, finance committee, end up being in this so that we can best understand what's going on. Because almost like, and they're from Washington State and California and Texas and some Michigan, some Arizona. So I don't know what it is they're needing, but that is a bid that we received. And then very interesting and a good report from Director of Finance, Doug James. And what it is the Statement of Revenues, Expenditures, and Changes in Fund Balances. And I called it a book. It's a 14-page report. And we've asked that this be sent to all the board members so that you can see in each department the revenues as well as the expenditures. And he pointed out to us, there are some places we received the money already that from different, like Cobo Hall and different things like that, some of the revenues we received, whereas last year it was not there. So it is from 2019 to 2023, what has happened and what has happened thus far this year. So it's very interesting. And one of the things that he tells us about is we have a contingency fund. And each year, we, Berrien County, we put $1 million in. And as of, what is this, the end of May?
Mhm.
As of the end of May, we have $367,657 in our contingency fund. We start out each year with $1 million. There is a possibility, because we're just now finishing June, that we may have to add more to it. But it's for things that come up and the, I'd say, administrator decides what to do and when to pull from this fund. So we just want to bring you up to date on that. Then we had a resolution. What was the resolution? I forgot.
Resolution was to pay the bills,
Oh, to pay the bills.
1.8 million.
The things that you agree in the committee of the whole, then we have a resolution that we make a motion to or concur to pay the bills. And so we signed that. We approved the minutes and we had no public comments. Are there other things? Oh, and we talked about the ARPA money, and that's, where that's going and all. So that's all I know. Any other additions? Thank you.
Thank you. Questions for finance? Ma'am,
Just a comment as it relates to contingency, because you'll hear 367 remaining of that million. And some of those placeholders that we have are the full amounts that will be over the course of 12 months that we've put in there to make certain that it is encumbered for the duration of the year, because that's where we've earmarked it to come out of. So, and then I also just wanted to highlight that right now contingency is where that clean slate program is budgeted out of. There's about $15,000 in April and May that have been placed in contingency. And I don't know if the state has a reimbursement for that expense, only because I haven't dove into the law, but wanted the board to be aware that that is part of our contingency expenses.
Will we get a copy of that in the finance
Yes.
report? Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
It'll be with the, with those 14 pages. It's there.
Yep.
And it tells what the money has been spent for. Unexpected things.
any other questions for finance? All right, Mr. Chair of PHS.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also met this morning, reviewed our minutes. We considered an advanced step hire request from the Health Department. This is for replacement family program manager position. And so this replaces Keena King. And we did approve that. We had a written report from Jill. She's dealing with a family issue, so she was not able to be there with us. And we talked about that. And then also had Carrie Smetanka Haney come in and talk about the complement change with the law clerk. And we did ask a bunch of questions about that and did approve that. And that would conclude my report.
Thank you. Questions for Personnel Human Services? All right, Commissioner reports. Start with John.
No report.
Please. Last week I attended the Public Safety Millage Ad Hoc Committee with Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Warfel. And we had good, discussion on where we are, where the county wants to go when it comes to just the public safety millage. And our administrator, Brian, is going to work with our sheriff's department and our prosecuting attorney to discuss what we as a committee want to do and how we're going to move forward, bringing those recommendations to the full board. I also attended the meeting with the supervisors from the townships with our BC BIT committee. And I was just, very encouraged and excited to hear that those township supervisors are still committed to the work we're doing with broadband build out and connectivity in the county. And yesterday, along with Commissioner Majerick, I attended the Riverwood Board meeting. And it was an exciting meeting in the tour that we did. And also, we learned about the John Carver board governing policy structure. And so that was really interesting. And that concludes my report.
I attended the Juneteenth celebration at the courthouse, and then had two Bering Community Foundation activities, one of which featured our Judge Mayfield as one of the MCs. And so that was if you're interested, I have a picture of Judge Mayfield in action. And that would conclude my report.
No report.
On Tuesday, I attended Southwest Michigan Planning Commission along with Commissioner Fraley and Commissioner Werfel. On Wednesday, the BC bid at the conference room, which was essentially MEC, I think did a very nice job of bringing the township supervisors up to speed on what this whole thing's gonna look like. Very well attended. I thought everything went very well. And I was also supposed to ask Commissioner Harrison about how was the chocolate cake at the Juneteenth? Judge Mayfield
It was very good.
said I was supposed to ask you that.
I skipped the fruit, went for the cake.
Good. And that's my report.
Well, last Tuesday, we had the LEPC meeting with Commissioner Kern and Harrison were there, and when I was feeling well, Tuesday night, went to bed and woke up at 1 a.m. and wound up in the hospital. I did get my phone at Thursday morning about 9:30, so I did get to come in and join in on the meeting and watch what was going on. And the doctor came in at 10 to 11 and left about 10 after 11, and when I went back to the meeting, it was over. So congrats on that.
We're good like that.
You did well. That's my report.
I attended the Lakeview Trail opening last Friday, which was wonderful. For those of you that haven't been out there, they do have now about a half a mile of walking trail. However, be very careful because it is mostly bikes. So all of a sudden a bike is on you. They also, I found out, they added restrooms by the trailhead. So please utilize that trail. It is for the public. It's a wonderful trail. And it's a wonderful thing they've done. Attended the planning commission meeting, as Jim said. We did approve the NATS 50-year plan, I believe it was. And the Bering County air quality analysis was approved also during that meeting. So that's my report.
Nothing to report. I too attended the trail ribbon cutting with a number of other commissioners. And that was a great thing to sort of see and celebrate and pause in that way. I did attend the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission meeting along with Commissioner Kern and Commissioner Werfel. We also approved the annual report. And so what I'll do is make certain that the board has access to the electronic link to that to be able to see what projects were ongoing for Southwest Michigan Planning Commission. And as Commissioner Werfel mentioned, the resolution for CMIC, no, that's not the right phrase. It's the air quality funding that we receive. Just a highlight on that, a lot of the transportation that we have publicly here within Bering County is funded from those dollars. And so a lot of our buses come from that funding from the federal government for air quality mitigation. We did also have the supervisors meeting for broadband with MEC. And then just to take a moment to also highlight, we got two really great broadband internet news pieces in less than a week's time. One was the Robin announcement, which will be for Midwest Energy and Communication to serve 5,300 homes. But we also had notification that Peninsula Fiber and 123Net is building middle mile infrastructure across Lake Michigan, connecting to one of the fastest data center hubs in Chicago. They're running 2 trunk lines along the lake bed that will then come out in St. Joe and then also in Benton Harbor. And those trunk lines will also be accessible for last mile distribution. 123 Net's business model is to be open access network, meaning that they will allow other internet providers to utilize their infrastructure for build out. And so between the two announcements, it's almost $120 million for broadband internet distribution within our region. And it's huge. And so we will continue from BC Bits perspective to do the work that this board has supported, and that is building out connectivity end to end throughout the county. So I just wanted to highlight that in 10:30's meeting. I know we did a deeper dive at 8:30, but we weren't live streaming. So I wanted to make certain that that was out there on the web and live to success and to just pause and reflect on this success for this board. That's my report.
I have no report. I just want to say I'm happy and thankful back with you all, but I don't have any more tickets or reservations or anything. I started paying on something and then other things came up, and so that was why it ended up being long, but I'm here. So thank you.
We are so glad.
You don't have anything
No,
to
sir.
add? Okay. One little housekeeping detail, Marge Durham Hyatt, as per recommendation from PHS, will be filling a term on Southwest Michigan Planning, which will end at the end of next year. If there's no objection, I'll go ahead and appoint her effective today. Everybody okay with that? Okay. All right. General public comments are now in order. Anything under the sun in 2 minutes or less, name and town, name and town.
Michael Hoy, City of Benton Harbor. Tomorrow, there's a benefit car show, Saturday, June 24th, at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. out on Maiden Lane Park. It's free to the public. And at 1 o'clock, there'll be my father's dragster, which was the fastest car on the planet from 1968 to 1971. It will be there and we'll fire it up. I think my sister will be in the cockpit. It broke the world's record of speed. It was the fastest car from 1968, 1971. It went 190 some miles an hour in 210 miles an hour in less than 6 seconds and a quarter mile. It's one of the first original Hot Wheels. And that benefits the Berrien County Firefighters Association and the Sheriff's Department. So if you can come out and be with us, it's a great car show and a great cause. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard?
Counselor Hager, now talking about the car show, I'm gonna have my car in there tomorrow. So if you haven't seen a Rolls Royce on the road, just come on down there. Now, how come he had to bring that up? You guys should have some kind of a newsletter or something. I keep harping on that. We should have put that in there. Or Saturday, what's going on Sunday down here? Anybody know what's going on? At the beach, what is it? 70.2 mini, whatever. I used to work on that. I don't remember what it is anymore. But Sunday, I'm sure they're gonna have it. They're gonna swim 1.1 mile. What? Ironman. Okay, Ironman. The swim, start out swimming at 7 o'clock. Then they bike, I think 53 miles, and they go 13 miles jogging. And that's about 2,000 people here to participate. Now, if you were put out a news bulletin weekly, you put that's something you can put in there. He's talking about news bulletin. Now, what's with this? No, they put one out like this quarterly. You guys can't even put one out. You don't want us to know what's going on. That's what it is. So I suggest, well, maybe I should say I demand. I'm sure the people out there would want the same thing. Of course, you guys don't want to hear me. Now, on this one here, even though it's a quarterly, you can get it by mail if you want. Would you like to receive it by mail or information? They mail it to you or put it on the computer. Now, on this one, I just,
2 minutes, sir.
what,
Thank you, Mr. Peltzer.
for what?
Anyone else wish to be heard? Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Jess Minks from Buchanan, Michigan. I'm here on behalf of the Buchanan area senior citizens. I'm vice chair or vice president of the board of directors. There's been a lot of information put out that we are misspending public dollars. That's wrong. We are not misspending public dollars. All our millage money goes for seniors. The Pride event, which will happen this Sunday evening in the city of Buchanan at the Commons, has raised $8,800 for that event to pay all the costs. We have many of the local businesses supporting this effort. The word has been put out that the LBGT community is being pushed down the seniors' throats. Well, this is one senior tell you, you don't push it down our throats. Those meetings happen in the evening after the building is closed with a volunteer from the staff helping conduct those meetings. You were given, I believe, a complete breakdown on this whole project. Our main concern as a board of directors is the person out there saying, vote no on the millage. Well, if they vote no on that millage and you close the Buchanan Area Senior Center down, you stop the monthly distribution of commodities. You stop the 3-month distribution of commodities. You stop the 2 vehicles that we have that take people to their doctor's appointments and sit and wait for sometimes 2-3 hours to take them back home. This is done every day of every week, Monday through Friday. We have 2 vehicles we keep on the road. We have
2 minutes, sir.
volunteers that work it. We have a person that's staff that works it.
Thank you, Mr.
Please
Minks.
take a look at the information you were given and help us stop this misinformation that is going to hurt seniors in the Buchanan Area Senior Service that we service. I brought you a packet that shows the different things that we do for seniors. Please go through that. Please support us and understand we will never, as a board of directors, allow funds to be misspent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard? Clerk said that the board needs to endorse the appointment of Marge Durham Hyatt since it was a recommendation.
I would make that
PHS.
motion.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Moved by Harrison, supported by Majerick. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We good? Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the public about anything at all? Other business? Yes, sir.
During Commissioner Freeling's report, she neglected to mention that she attended the Lest We Forget event and worked at the Baroda Lions Pancake Breakfast. So I just want to make note of that.
Thank you. Getting hungry now. Yes, sir.
I forgot to mention, Area Agency on Aging next Monday between 12 and 1. They're having like a little social ice cream thing out on the lawn in front of Area Agency on Aging on Lakeview. If you're around the area, it's like $5 to buy a little ice cream and your money can be donated to a worthy cause. And it's a good event. And most of the employees and then anybody invited to the public, I was invited and invite anybody that's in the area, go ahead. So, Area Agency, Monday next week. I've got a meeting that ends at 11. But I'm not even mentioning right now. You all help yourself.
Okay. Did anyone have anything else under other business? All right, announcements and reminders. We're not here next week. We're not here the week after because it's 4th of July holiday. So we will reconvene out at MSU on the 13th at 6 PM, I think it is. And, you know, speaking of food, there should really be good food there. They never disappoint when it comes to that. All fresh, healthy. The cookies aren't healthy, but you know.
They used to have a pie in a bag.
Yeah, I know.
I don't they have that.
I don't know, but I'm already looking forward to it. Anybody have anything more? Okay, we stand adjourned to 6 o'clock on the 13th of July.